Hi, friends. We are here with Charlie Hunnam, the star of the new Monster season, as Ed Gein. Yes, Charlie, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. Nice to see you.
It is certainly a very challenging role. How much did you know about Ed Gein before accepting the role, and how did you prepare for this character?
I knew nothing about Ed Gein, and in fact, I haven't even read the scripts. And first time in my career, I accepted a role without reading the scripts. I met with Ryan Murphy, who's the creator of this show, who I was very familiar with his work. And honestly, I just liked him so much, and I was so impressed by his enthusiasm and passion for telling this story that I just, felt like it was going to be an amazing challenge and a really a really valuable journey to go on and to challenge myself. Felt like it was almost impossible for me to play this role, and so that was like a really great place to start. And then in terms of getting ready for it, I read everything I could. I read everything. I thought enormous, like I thought for weeks on end, sort of sat in a dark room thinking about him and trying to understand why he did what he did and what motivated him and how he interacted with the world around him.
Did you watch any movies based on Ed Gein before? You have said in an interview that you have the tapes of the interviews, but did you watch any movies? Psycho, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, we explore. I mean, Ed Gein was the direct inspiration for Psycho and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Buffalo Bill and Silence of the Lambs. So I watched all of those films. I'd seen Psycho, but not in many, many years. I'd actually never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre because I just don't really like horror that much. And so I hadn't ever watched that film. And rewatched Silence of the Lambs, which I was much more familiar with. And then a million other films. I take great inspiration from watching performances that I love. It sort of really motivates me to try to be as good as I can possibly be when I look at performances of actors that I really admire. It sort of reminds me of why it's important to work as hard as I had to work for this, because I want to try to be as good as some of my heroes.
In that preparation, there are many disturbing details about this character in specific. What was the most challenging part of this role for you?
It's honestly, it's like I think there's always an expectation that because this world was so dark, that the darkness of it is the biggest challenge, which is actually not what I've found. Like, what I've found is the truth is the biggest challenge, and where that presents itself often is just in the emotional requirements of the role. There's a scene in episode 7 of our show, and I won't reveal what it is because I don't want to spoil it for your audience, but where there's like a huge emotional breakdown happens for Ed, and it was an amazing piece of writing. Like, the scene made me weep when I read it, just objectively. Like, oh, I was so taken by the quality of the writing and what was happening in the scene. And then you go like, oh goodness, like, I'm actually gonna have to do this. Like, next Wednesday is gonna come around, and at 8 a.m. the camera's gonna roll, and I'm gonna have to have this full mental emotional breakdown on camera. And the question is, like, am I on any given day, am I going to have the skill set to be able to actually bring this to life in a way that it deserves to be brought to life? So it's always just like the challenge. It's never, I think, necessarily what people think will be the most challenging thing. It's really just doing the writing justice.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. Good luck.
Right on. Hey, nice to see you.